Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of Matchup Monday. Today I have my co host, Kendall,
Hi.
and my mediator, Jack Mack.
Howdy.
We're back for another episode. Last time we debated Bloodhunter versus Hellcat, and that was a pretty fun episode with the three of us. So,
It wasn't the three of us. It was me, you, and your mom.
oh right. We did Black Knight. My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry. I got it confused because Bloodhunter was in it.
No, you're good, bro.
But today we're gonna be doing two characters with a lot more power and a lot more history. I think this will be a very interesting one. I will be representing the Hood. If you don't know the Hood, he was in Dragon Tiger 2. He was the leader of the underground mafia. He was the kingpin of organized crime. And he used his powers, the power of demonic energy, to control people and make them do what he wants. But he also can use his energy to create weapons such as mystically imbued bullets, and once the bullets have infected you with his energy, he can control you from the inside out. He typically carries two dual pistols that he has with bullets in them that are infused with his energy. He can teleport. He has a little bit of demonic sorcery and control over shadows. And his body is made of a shadowy essence rather than human flesh and blood.
Alright, well, Tutor, he was an average man who had a wife and son. The wife left and his son was infected with a disease with a cure unknown to humans. Tutor was turned into a vampire in an effort to save his son by using Lamagra's power to get the disease from his blood. Tutor created an organization filled with vampires that he could use them to gather soul energies from dead bodies use it for his son's health. And Tutor hired 3 vampire assassins to do his dirty work for him, and so they could better obtain the soul energy for the witch's orbs.
Okay. Now we're going to talk a little bit about their abilities more in depth before we do our little story parts. I'm going to go over the Hood's powers first. Hood's abilities are superhuman strength, superhuman speed, super durability, superhuman stamina. He has regeneration on a high level due to his shadowy essence. He has teleportation. He has the ability to control demonic shadow energy, which he can imbue into objects and living beings. He carries 2 Desert Eagle pistols, which holds bullets with demonic energy. He physically does not age due to not having a mortal body. He has the ability to make himself stronger by about 5 times by crushing a red stone, the red stone of Satinel, in his hand and absorbing its power. In the form of red stone of Satinel, his physical stats increase by about 10-fold. His teleportation becomes more spammable, allowing him to move quicker in combat. And he has enhanced regeneration, not allowing the Hood's essence to expand and heal at a much faster rate.
Tutor's abilities are superhuman strength, super speed, and super durability. He has infinite stamina unless affected by a vampire killing weapon. The ability to get 10 times stronger by feeding on human blood. Sharp claws and fangs that can cut through flesh. Regeneration powers far beyond that of a normal vampire. The ability to turn into Lamagra by feeding on a lot of blood and soul energy, and he does not physically age. That is base Tutor form. In Lamagra form, all physical abilities are increased by around 20 times. The ability to transform into a swarm of bats, and, well, not and, the ability to sprout tendril from his back that can easily ensnare someone, and resistance to vampire killing weapons.
The rundown of Tutor and the Hood's powers and personalities and a little bit of other backstories. Now we are going to do the fights. I'm going to go first and do the Hood. Then Kendall, if you want to set my timer, go ahead. I really enjoyed.
Oh, sorry.
I really enjoyed writing the fights for this one because with the rest of them, their powers are really like hand-to-hand combat type stuff. But with these two, you can get into more ethereal abilities like the Hood's demonic energy and magic, and the Tutor's vampiric powers. So I think it'll be interesting.
3, 2, 1, go.
The Hood is walking through a vast, stormy forest, the ground soaked with rain. Thunder cracks the sky, and flashes of lightning light up the dense trees, casting long, eerie shadows. The air is thick with tension as the hood senses another figure in the trees. Tutor walks out from the shadows. The two face each other, their silhouettes very visible in the storm shadow. I see you've come to seek me out, Vampire King, says the hood. Yes, I heard your position of power is quite interesting, and I'd like to challenge it, says Tutor. Come on then, take a bite, says the hood. With a sudden movement, the hood teleports, reappearing behind Tutor, but the vampire is quick to turn, claws extending as he slashes through the air. The hood has already vanished, a faint shadow trail left behind, only for Tutor's strike to miss. The hood reappears a short distance away, summoning demonic energy in his palm. The air around him crackles with dark power. The hood begins to assault by launching demonic energy blasts, each one explosive and piercing. Tutor withstands the blast, his vampiric regeneration healing any damage almost immediately. But the hood doesn't stop. The teleportation becomes a blur of motion, with the hood zipping from place to place, creating multiple illusions of himself in the midst of the storm. He uses the terrain to his advantage, striking from different angles, telepathically controlling bullets that ricochet off trees and rocks, keeping Tutor on the defensive. You're powerful, but not strong enough to stop me, says Tutor. While Tutor tries to catch him, the hood's intangible nature allows him to phase through Vampire's attacks, almost becoming one with the shadows. With each failed strike, Tutor becomes more frustrated, but the battle is only beginning. Please, I've defeated more powerful beings than you could ever imagine, says the hood. Tutor's eyes burn with rage, and as he charges, super speed makes him a blur as he rushes through the rain-soaked forest. His claws slash through trees, sending them splintering into the air. He reaches the hood with a deadly strike, but once again the hood teleports at the last moment, his intangible form shifting as if he were made of the storm itself. Tutor roars, erupting to grab the hood. The shadowy essence of the hood simply evades Tutor's grasp, teleporting out of his reach. Come on, Vampire King. Isn't this all you have? Ugh. Tutor growls with rage. After several minutes of relentless pursuit, the hood teleports to grow more confident. With every teleportation, he leads Tutor further away from his original position, drawing him deeper into the forest. The hood continues to strike, using demonic energy to disrupt the environment, creating chaotic blasts of energy that rip apart trees and rocks, making it harder for Tutor to see him coming. The hood teleports once more, reappearing high in the air, surrounded by his dark energy. He calls down a devastating lightning storm, harnessing the power of the storm itself, sending arcane lightning crashing down towards Tutor. The ground around Tutor shatters as bolts strike, but the vampire regenerates, his vampiric nature healing most of the damage. However, the hood doesn't relent. Come on, keep up, you blood-sucking freak. With each teleportation, the hood begins to weave a psychological web around Tutor. He no longer just fights with power, but with tactics, always staying one step ahead, frustrating his opponent. Finally, with Tutor's attacks growing more desperate, the hood uses his ethereal nature to create a trap. He surrounds Tutor with shadowy barriers, blocking out his sight and restricting his movement. And one final effort, the head teleports behind Tutor once more and develops a blindingly flash strike, this time using his demonic energy to concentrate all of his power into a single blast. The blast strikes Tutor in the back, sending a shockwave of energy through his body. The force causes Tutor's regeneration to falter for a split second, at a moment where the ethereal energy overwhelms him. It's too late. I'm afraid I already have the upper hand. Tutor looks up to see within the shadowy void that inhibits. He is holding the red stone of Satanile. He then proceeds to crush it in his hand as a bright light explodes into the air. Tutor looks up to see the hood glowing with a red and black energy, his eyes glowing pure red. The hood then disappears and Tutor looks around in fear. As the hood appears once again, he surrounds Tutor with shadows, trapping him in a cocoon of shadowy essence, cutting off his ability to regenerate quickly enough. Tutor struggles, his strength unable to break through the prism. The hood focuses his demonic energy in a final explosive blast, disintegrating the very essence of Tutor's vampiric form, targeting his very heart. No, this can't be, says Tutor. I respect your courage, but this is where you die. As the storm rages on, the hood's demonic energy consumes Tutor's entire body, dissolving into shadow and smoke. The vampire's form crumbles, unable to regenerate fast enough to survive the focused destruction of his core. The hood watches as the very last remnants of Tutor's body dissipate into the air as he absorbs the vampire's soul. What is a king to a god? That's the hood's. All right, well, whenever you're ready, go ahead and do yours. Honestly, you don't even need a timer. You're just going to read the whole thing anyway.
Yeah. Tutor stands in a ruined city at the edge of an overcast night where the air feels heavy and the storm clouds roll in the distance, casting a dim glow over the abandoned buildings and streets. The faint hum of electricity lingers in the air and the storm threatens to break, amplifying the tension as Tutor and the hood prepare for their battle. Who are you? Tutor asks. I'm here to lay claim on the structure's power. Like every other organization in New York, it belongs to me, the hood said. Is that right? The rain starts to fall lightly at first. The hood steps forward, his eyes flicker with shadowy energy, his body shrouded in ethereal essence. He towers over the broken streets, already calculating his next move. While Tutor, a towering figure, stands ready, his crimson eyes glowing with an intense primal hunger. We'll see, the hood said. The battle kicks off quickly as it The battle kicks off quickly as the hood teleports with a flash of demonic energy, instantly trying to get the upper hand with a barrage of shadowy blasts and telepathically controlled bullets. Tutor, unfazed by the first wave, charges forward with blinding speed, his claws extended and his fangs bared. The hood teleports again, staying just out of reach, his energy blast striking the air around Tutor, but failing to damage him significantly. The hood's energy blasts explode upon impact, creating massive shockwaves, but Tutor's regeneration handles the damage almost instantly. The wounds closing up as soon as they appear. His super strength allows him to weather the blast without breaking a sweat. In response, Tutor increases his speed even more, his vampiric stamina pushing him beyond limits of a normal fighter. He rips through the air, claws slashing through concrete and steel as he tracks the hood's teleportation. As Tutor closes in, the hood teleports again, now behind him, launching another blast of demonic energy directly at the back of his head. The force of the explosion creates a massive shockwave that rips through the surrounding buildings. However, Tutor is now fully aware of the hood's antics, snaps his head around just in time, narrowly dodging the blast. He retaliates by grabbing the hood mid-teleportation, his super speed making it nearly impossible for the hood to escape in time. Tutor's sharp claws sink into the hood's shadowy form, tearing at the very fabric of the demonic energy that makes up his body. The hood attempts to phase out of the attack, but Tutor's grip is unrelenting, his strength first surpassing anything the hood has faced. As the battle rages on, Tutor's rage builds. The longer the fight goes on, the more his vampiric nature activates. He begins to bite into the hood to absorb some of his shadowy soul essence. Tutor then begins to transform into his Lamagra form, a heightened version of his already incredible abilities. His strength multiplies, his regeneration becomes nearly instantaneous, and the tendrils from his back grow larger and more powerful. With newfound power, Tutor smashes the ground beneath him, sending shockwaves through the city streets. The force of the impact cracks open the earth, and the hood is momentarily caught off guard as the ground splits. Tutor lunges, his claws extending like razor-sharp blades, aiming directly for the hood's heart. "Come here," screamed the hood. "I think not." "Wait, come here," screamed Tutor, sorry. "I think not," said the hood. The hood attempts to teleport again, but the tendrils lash out, trapping him mid-teleportation. "Got you now," Tutor said. Tutor's claws pierce through the hood's shadowy form, but rather than shattering him immediately, they tear through his essence, destabilizing his regeneration. The hood's body starts to flicker, the shadows within him struggling to hold together. With the hood now weakened and his regeneration stalling, he falls back on his last-ditch efforts. He launches a blinding barrage of demonic energy, hoping to overwhelm Tutor with the sheer power. The air crackles with dark energy as the hood bolts of energy spiral toward the vampire. "Die!" screamed the hood. But Tutor simply charges through the blast, his form glowing with dark energy as he rips through the attack. He continues forward, unrelenting, his body healing instantly from the damage while the hood begins to flicker more violently, his shadowy form becoming more unstable. The hood, in an act of desperation, pulls out the red stone of...
South Denial.
Yeah, that.
That's like...
He holds it in the air and prepares to crush it until suddenly it is ripped from his hands at super speed. The hood looks up in distraught fear. Tutor stands tall with his body filled with Lamagra's power. His tendrils shoot out once more, wrapping around the hood's arms and legs. Tutor begins to squeeze, tightening his grip until the hood's body begins to disintegrate under the immense force. The hood struggles to regenerate, but the shadowy essence of his body falters against Tutor's unyielding strength. No, no, I am Parker Robbins. I am a god. As the hood's body flickers and breaks apart, Tutor drives his claws in deep into the core of the hood's essence, ripping through his shadowy form and crushing the demonic energy from within. The hood, unable to teleport or phase out of in time, is consumed by Tutor's relentless assault. What is a god to a non-believer? Said Tutor. With a final burst of power, Tutor's claws shred through the hood's form, completely destroying his shadowy essence. Tutor stands victorious, his body brimming with the power of Lamagra, while the hood's essence is reduced to mere dust. The structure is mine, and mine alone.
And that is the fights. A lot more high concept than some of the other ones we've been through.
Personally, I don't know how Tutor is supposed to win against the hood. Genuinely.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Genuinely, like, I know Lamagra's strong, but like you say, he's a shadowy essence.
She's supposed to be arguing for him too.
I can't. There's no way. Like, Alex couldn't argue for Hellcat.
I don't think this is divided as you think it is.
It is.
At the end of the day, if you just sever him apart, he won't suck himself back together. All right.
Yeah, we've seen him.
Ask your questions.
We've seen him grow from worse. Well, we're gonna see him.
We haven't though. That's what matters. We haven't.
Oh shit! And this is a less powerful hood.
Yeah, this isn't. This is why they're fighting, because this is not the hood that we will see. This is the hood that we have seen.
Okay.
This is why the matchup makes sense. Now, if it's the hood from future appearances, he is much stronger, but he's not yet. This hood didn't do the shit that he did. This is an older hood. He's 50% his power that he had. And he has to get the Redstone of Satanael to even get to anywhere near his power level before. They both have a super form, which, granted, one of them is a lot easier to achieve than the other. So,
I mean, my big thing is, how does Tutor even touch him? That was my thing, because you said he's pretty much non-physical.
he is, but his energy is made from his very soul, and if Tutor could just scoop some of that into his mouth, I mean, he absorbs his energy.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, the hood has been hit by a lot slower people.
Yeah.
In Dragon and Tiger 2, he's been hit by Iron Fist, by Spider-Man, by Shang-Chi.
I thought not Spider-Man. Iron Fist was faster than Tutor.
Not at that time, he was not.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Dragon and Tiger 3, Iron Fist could probably mess up Tutor, because that dude has some crazy abilities.
Yeah, that was post bullshit.
Yeah, but for now,
That was my big thing, because of, like, obviously if he can't touch him.
yeah, but
Then how is it
the
even
thing
better?
is, the hood's teleportation only becomes as spammable as it is when he gets into his super form.
Okay, that was a big thing I needed
Yeah.
to understand. So yeah, no, honestly, I'm kind of.
I'd say this fight is very even.
Now I'm starting to kind of, it's evening out a little bit in my head, because at first I was with, funnily enough, the Tutor arguer that I was going to be the hood, but no, I'm like, no, it's pretty 50-50 now.
If you want me to go over some of both of their feats, I can do that.
Well, I mean,
Please do.
Tutor did kill Moon Knight, which
Remember-
was
I mean-
never seen before.
The hood. It's been so long since I've seen those movies too, so I kind of need a refresher a little bit anyway.
Okay, you want stats or feats first?
Feats, please,
Okay, so we'll start with the hood since he came first.
please.
In terms of his strength, he easily chokes people like Harold Meacham and Shang-Chi.
Right.
He can push Shang-Chi back with one punch. He smacks Iron Fist to the ground with a single backhand.
I remember that.
Puts Davos onto the ground with a punch. Smacks with Spider-Man. Is able to physically shove Iron Fist and Davos off with a push, who are both strangling him.
Yeah.
Kicks Shang-Chi and breaks his ribs with very little effort. Chokes Iron Fist and throws him to the ground. For speed feats, he dodges punches from Davos and Iron Fist without teleportation, and he can easily teleport away from punches and gunshots. Durability, he can tank punches from Shang-Chi with no visible damage, and he tanks punches from the Iron Fist and Steel Serpent. Energy abilities, he shoots bullets into Shang's shoulder and then forces them through his back with telekinesis, sending Shang down with one shot. He would have taken Shang-Chi's soul if it wasn't for Iron Fist's interruption. Is able to control Davos's body by utilizing his demonic energy. Energy dispersion is able to push off Iron Fist, Shang-Chi, and Davos all at once. He uses physical energy to blast away Shang-Chi mid-attack, and using his energy, he's able to explode Davos's heart.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
For Tutor, strength feats, he easily strangles Gina Flint, is able to punch Moon Knight and put him on the ground. Punches a hole through Gina Flint's stomach. Takes hard punches from Moon Knight before tackling him to the ground. Backs Moon Knight up with consecutive shots. Is able to stagger Moon Knight with a punch. Is able to hold back a punch from Mark before slashing his throat. Speed. Mind you, this is no teleportation, just super speed.
Yeah.
Dodges bullets casually. Dodges Moon Knight's crescent darts. Gets up instantly from being knocked down. Can dodge punches from Moon Knight. And moves fast enough to appear as a blur to the human eye. Durability. He can tank a flurry of punches from Moon Knight while on the ground. Heals instantly from having his spine completely snapped in half, and heals from being slashed with a crescent dart. That's his base feats. If you want me to get into
carbonadium is like a weakness for vampires.
Which is a weakness for vampires. If you want to get into Lamagra, I will. But if you want to start with base for now, we can.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so base for base, that's how it's looking.
Yeah. Okay.
Tutor has had more feats.
See, I think the Hood has fought more people, but Tutor just fights stronger people.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like
it's quantity versus quality, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you take Moon Knight versus the people he fought, Moon Knight would take out every single one.
Moon Knight 4 Moon Knight could beat the shit out of Iron Fist, Shang-Chi, and Davos, and Spider-Man.
That was gonna be my argument. Yeah, that was word for word.
At least those versions of them would be
virgins. Sorry, that was mean.
Pardon my speech impediment, everyone.
No, but that was gonna be my main argument. Was like the Moon Knight completely destroys those fools. Yeah, pretty easily. So no, it's kind of looking more towards Tutor for me at this point. Not gonna lie.
Any questions?
No.
And that was based that he healed from carbonadium, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Blood Hunter got slashed with one of those and couldn't heal herself.
Yeah.
What, did I say he healed from a crescent dart?
Yeah.
You did.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So.
Because, like we say, his regeneration is on a far higher level than any other vampires.
Yeah.
Yep.
Question for me then.
Shall we debate super forms then?
Go for it.
Okay.
I mean, Tutor killed Moon Knight in the Magra form.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
He killed Moon Knight. That's literally the only argument I can that would win it, but where did the notes go, babe?
That's a good question.
Yeah, they was gone. Hold on.
I feel like there's definitely more to this fight that we're not like seeing.
Yeah,
because I expected this fight to be a much more what's the word I'm looking for? Contested one than it is.
Yeah, because like I mean, at first it was more the Hood. I feel like the super forms are probably gonna be where I'm starting to.
Did we ever see his super form? Because you wrote nothing down for the Hood.
Yeah, I forgot, but I could easily just say it.
Okay. So as Lamagra, Tutor, this is strength wise. Tendrils were strong enough to restrain all of Mark's limbs. Threw Mark over 30 feet casually. Punches a hole through Moon Knight's stomach, who's known for having both durable skin as well as peak regenerative abilities. Is able to back up Nemean and punch him into a wall with 2 punches. Easily grabs Blood Hunter by the throat and chokes her. His speed was able to run behind Mark and hit him with over 100 consecutive punches before being pushed away. Turned into a swarm of bats that dodged Moon Knight's punches at close range. Durability / regeneration. He was able to regenerate from having his chest punched in. Tanks a hail of gunfire from both Rutherford and Winter.
Sorry.
And Soldier simultaneously before running behind both of them, knocking them down. Regenerates and tanks hits from Nemean, Grand Maul, and Blood Hunter all at the same time. Tanks hits from Nemean casually. Tanks 4 consecutive electric blasts from Grand Maul at the same while only being temporarily stunned at the same time as it slashes from Bloodhunter's scythe with no effort.
The Hood in his super form. He really doesn't have a lot of feats, but we do know that when he absorbs the power, his natural physical capabilities increase by about 10 times. So his teleportation becomes more spammable. He easily, he literally almost kills Shang-Chi, like, just by casually, like, exploding several of his organs. He knocks out Spider-Man, just straight out. Almost kills Meacham. Just absorbs the bullets into his body, basically. And he strangles Iron Fist to the point where he has him on the ground, passed out, until Iron Fist goes into the spirit world and musters energy enough to fight him. So both these two are basically like, when they become their super forms, they're like nigh invincible, and like their heroes struggle a lot to fight them.
Right.
And the only way they're both killed is by their natural weaknesses. Tutor being his weakness to the energy that God Moon Knight uses to destroy him, and the Hood being destroyed by Iron Fist's newly enhanced chi energy, because demons are weak to life force energy. So, yeah. Super forms is where it gets interesting.
Right.
So.
And also, isn't like Tutor immune to sunlight or no?
He becomes immune to, I think, sunlight and holy weapons, but he can still die to things like a stake through the heart or enhanced silver weaponry. But he loses a lot of his more ethereal weaknesses. Yeah, these two, when they become super, that's when it gets fun. Because now you're dealing with a much more physically powerful version of Tutor versus a much quicker version of the Hood, who also has more of a durability factor.
And also a quicker version of Tutor.
Right.
Who has more experience with their powers?
Probably.
That's debatable, actually.
Well, how old is?
Because that
Parker?
kind of, for
the
me,
Hood was born in like 74.
Because that for me,
I would say they're probably around the same age in the films that they appear in.
Okay.
If not, like Tutor may be a little older.
Right, but the Parker was born with his powers, whereas he gained them later on in life when he was already a full adult. So the Hood has more experience with his abilities.
That to me is kind of probably going to be the what's the word? Like clinches it out for one of them is the experience factor for me.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Tutor may be stronger. Like let's say he is, right, just for sake of it. Let's say Tutor is stronger, but if he's not fully understanding his powers still, somebody who knows it, it's gonna be kind of an unfair match in a way.
So I will say this: if you remember Moon Knight 4, when he becomes Lamagra, it isn't really him.
Now I remember that
it's the entity of Lamagra physically taking over his body.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's the Hood with enhanced...
it's literally just the Hood himself with enhanced abilities versus a literal god.
Right.
So it really only comes down to it until then.
Because Lamagra has been around since Earth was made in Marvel.
Yeah, but I'm going to say the same case for something like Zhengzhou, where the body that he got wasn't necessarily the body that he needed.
That's also the point.
Because his body does still end up getting destroyed.
Until someone else gets...
Yeah, Lamagra eventually does move on to someone else, but...
It's Damien.
No.
I hope not.
It was. We'd all be cooked. But this is how this match is looking.
All right, then.
It's very tight.
Yeah.
I am a...
Well, I think personally now for me, it's kind of going more towards Tutor. Only because, like, it was evenly matched until their super stuff comes out. Because obviously, like, it doesn't matter. I mean, oh no.
Truthfully...
See, this one was fun, because I knew it'd be hard.
Granted, Mark beat Mephisto, but he jumped Mephisto with other people. He couldn't beat him solely. Which also makes me think that the Hood could beat Mark in his super form.
It's very probable, to be honest. The Hood, it becomes very powerful. The only reason he gets beat by Iron Fist is because Iron Fist just has the power to destroy him.
Because of the light power.
Has the chi energy, right.
Okay, Yeah.
But another thing,
These two basically can't be killed by
I'm sure that
conventional
Tutor-
means, so it's kind of difficult.
I'm sure that Tutor would have a weakness to white. Whoa,
Light
sorry
energy.
guys, light energy as well, because he's a vampire.
Right.
So both of their heroes, like both of their counterparts, could definitely beat the other.
Honestly, at this point, I think officially, in my opinion, I'm giving it to the Hood.
Okay.
I think because, did not mean to kick the table. Whoops. Sorry if the audience heard that, but I think for me, it was kind of the point when you said Lamagra might not have the body that he needs, because like the Hood doesn't have to deal with not knowing like what his vessel is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's him.
Yeah.
Whereas Lamagra comes in and he's like, "What the hell is this?" And he can't do it to his full potential.
But
Personally
like in a
speaking.
future movie, it's gonna be different from how Tutor's was in a future movie, because Lamagra just gives the power to another person, to the person he chooses. He doesn't take over
But
her.
by the same logic,
Them.
we got to give the Hood.
That's
those
what I'm
visibilities.
saying.
I
We
know.
can't include.
We can't go further down. We have to go through it right now.
If we're getting into like,
I was just saying, like, Lamagra doesn't go into any other person's body. He gives
Right.
them the power. This is like the one time he went into someone's body and took over.
Yeah.
As far as we know, we don't know if he's done it before, but as of right now,
Yeah.
he only went into Tutor's body.
The only
as far as we know.
person that is recorded to ever have used Lamagra's power, other than him, is Deacon Frost.
And
He lost it.
he lost it. So,
I still think that's my opinion on it. I think it's the Hood,
I mean, I totally agree.
but I think he barely clinches it out. Like I don't think it's an
Now
easy one.
the question is, we have to look outside of their powers, and more into a question of who is more likely to obtain their super form.
Well, let's go over stats.
Okay, I'll let you break those down. I'll let her break down the physical stats. So now you're kind of
Okay.
thinking of it in a little bit more of like a power scaling.
But
way.
also, if you think about it, if the Hood isn't fast enough, Tutor could just snatch his, like, the thing to change him into
yeah, the redstone. Yeah,
Redstone. All right. So
they basically turning into the super forms relies on affecting the other person.
if Tutor can get close enough, he would definitely easily be able to turn into.
Yeah, he has
Lamagra.
to absorb some of the whole soul, the Hood soul, to obtain his Lamagra.
And it
form.
doesn't even have to be a lot.
Yeah,
It just has to be a
It's
little bit.
because of the amount of power the Hood's soul has. He basically gives the Tutor a power battery. However, all the Hood's got to do is crush that thing.
Yeah.
But Tutor could always snatch it away because he's super fast.
All right. So the physical strength goes to Tutor.
This is base, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think. I mean, you're the one who made it. Is it base?
Have you heard it?
It just says physical strength. It doesn't say anything else.
Okay, then yeah, it's just base.
So physical strength goes to Tutor. Striking strength goes to Tutor. Movement speed goes to the Hood, which you said that Tutor was faster than the Hood. So
Teleportation,
Oh man.
because that counts. Teleportation beats super speed of that level.
combat speed, the Hood. Reflexes, Tutor. Durability goes to both. Stamina, Tutor. Regeneration, the Hood. Weapons, the Hood. Experience, Tutor. And the last two go to the Hood. It's IQ and battle IQ. So the Hood wins 7/6.
So it's basically skills versus physical ability.
Yeah.
But if all it really takes for the Hood is just crushing, I think he clinches out because you already said he's faster base. So
Right.
I think he just is over. Personally, this is how I feel about it because I know that like base stats, yeah, Tutor beats him,
Yeah.
but the Hood, he would be smart enough to know that. Crushes him real fast.
I think the first punch from Tutor, he would just go,
That's
all right.
personal opinion. First couple, and he's like, yeah, no, screw this, crush. That's just how it's seeming to me.
Yeah.
He would probably get it out faster and then just wipe him.
Yeah.
But it would be
See,
close. You're right. It would be.
I see. I kind of. It's hard because I'm obviously supposed to be debating for that character, but I almost feel
She's not debating for Tutor, so we
That's
might as
true.
well.
That's true. But I honestly feel like we're just downplaying Tutor like a whole hell of a lot because even though the Hood does have better IQ, Tutor is obviously extremely smart,
No, well, yeah. I'm not saying he's not either.
and the Hood could not just crush it in his own fight. He could. He just didn't do that.
Yeah.
We have to factor personality. The Hood likes to fuck with you first before he destroys you.
Mm.
He's not the kind of guy to get hit once and be like, oh well.
And granted, if Tutor feels like he's gonna die in a fight, he'll
Right.
try
because,
to be smart about what he does.
like we saw,
and
'cause
get Lamagra.
this isn't just like their bloodlust that they have in their personality. They're just fighting. They're fighting in character.
Right.
So the Hood is like he wants to be petty the whole fight. He wants to dog on you and then get super form and take you out.
Right.
Tutor fights like a wild animal who needs to win. So I feel like that adds a factor to it, the character factor.
I see what you're saying also, but I think the speed. I really don't think. I think it's close. Like I'm not saying it's a washout for
Right.
Tutor, but I think that if he's even still faster, I think Tutor wouldn't be able to get close enough.
Right.
That's my thing. I
Right.
think he would not be able to get close enough. The Hood would mess. Oh, I almost said it. Screw with him a
You
lot.
can say that.
Oh, he would fuck with him a lot, and then just when he's had enough, he would crush it and then just.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think it'd be close at all. I think it would be very. No, let me phrase that. I think it would be close. I don't think it would be a complete one-sided thing. I think it would be a lot of playing with him first. But I think Tutor would get some good smacks in.
If you're wondering if it's possible for Tutor to take the redstone from the Hood, it's possible.
Okay.
Because Spider-Man flips a web and takes it from him.
Yeah.
At one point
Okay,
in
if
their fight.
Spider-Man can do it,
Spider-Man
The
was
Hood
able
definitely
able
could.
to do it. You mean the Tutor could?
yeah, fuck.
Yeah. Spider-Man was able to snatch it out of his hands for a few seconds. It basically, if you're not in factoring the super forms, it's a different way.
Well, to me, then it would be Tutor if you're not factoring that.
but
in
if
at
you
all.
are factoring them, they have to get close to the other person.
Yeah.
Because obviously the Hood has to use his ability and then get close to Tutor to use it. But who's to say even in the Hood super form that Tutor couldn't suck out some of his soul energy while he's in his super form and then go into his super form?
That is true. And then Lamagra is more powerful than
Right.
so.
This fight's hard.
It is.
This fight's hard.
It definitely is.
I say we leave it up to the audience for this one, because
I'm still leaning toward I everything in me says the Hood. However, I'm willing to admit that that's definitely not.
but like it also makes you wonder: could the Hood's super form punch a hole through Moon Knight's chest?
I'd
Because
say probably not.
like truthfully,
Yeah, no. See, the Hood super form is to make him quicker, whereas
Oh,
Lamagra's is
not
to make him
as-
stronger.
oh,
That's why
okay, I
Tutor.
see.
That's why the Hood did so good against the people that he fought in
'Cause he
story
was
because
fast.
he becomes faster. He can dodge Iron Fist punches and Spider-Man's webs, but he still kind of retains a similar level of physical strength. Like he doesn't just crush Iron Fist's windpipe;
Right.
he just
Yeah.
chokes him. Whereas the Hooter.
The Hooter.
Hooter just straight up punches a hole through.
He
Moon
just
Knight's
walks in a
chest.
Hooters outfit.
Boob.
See,
Alright.
I thought it out. But anyway,
I thought of it now. Well, good man you are.
hmm. Okay, yeah. No.
See, do you know why I think this fight was going to be so interesting to talk about?
What?
I'm saying, do you understand why?
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, yeah.
Because like with other
No, I misunderstood what you
with
said
like
first.
other characters,
Yeah.
it was just like a physical fight, and like it was kind of skill sets versus skill sets. But here, these dudes got, and also we haven't even factored in the just the different abilities that they do have.
Yeah.
Like the Hood, he has his weapons. We haven't even talked about his guns. But we also haven't talked about Tutor's ability to turn into bats or his tentacles. that you can get in Lamaga form.
His hentai weapon.
And yeah, man.
You tied Mark up in those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pussy boy.
It's basically strength and durability versus speed and movement.
In which
The
if
hood's a
you
lot
think
more
about it,
tanky Tutor's a lot more tanky than the hood is.
Well, I'm about to reference another medium. Star Wars. On the Battle of Hoth in The Empire Strikes Back, what do we see? The giant AT-AT with all of its power getting destroyed by a little tiny fast snowspeeder. So my personal opinion, I know it's kind of a stupid comparison, but I always have felt like if you're fat, your strength doesn't matter if the person that's faster can get more hits on you.
Yeah.
That's personally where my brain is.
There's
But-
also see, I had to ask ChatGPT about this. I was curious. Neither of them have the ability to just outright destroy the other person.
Right, they don't.
They don't possess each other's weaknesses.
No.
So it's like, even with the powers that they both have, who kills another person?
Yep.
How? How do they do it?
Exactly.
Right?
This is true.
Like, vampires are weak to holy weapons. The hood is the opposite of that.
yeah,
He's a demonic being.
and it would hurt, and the holy weapons would hurt him.
Right, because demons are also weak to holy weapons.
Yep.
And guess what? Tutor doesn't have any holy weapons.
For obvious reason.
Right. The hood relies on, essentially running away and dodging attacks. Whereas Tutor kind of is more like a come forward style. You know?
Yeah. My bet it's the hood. That's where I'm at. That's how I feel. That's where I'm ending. That's where I'm ending my thoughts. I think it's the hood. I love Tutor. I think obviously if the Tutor got more hits in it, the Tutor, why do I keep saying that? If Tutor that was stupid. If Tutor gets more hits in, yeah, it would be him. But I think the hood being faster kind of makes that hard.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where my
But
mindset is at.
But another thing we didn't think about. We talked about this during the Black Knight fight. One of them has infinite stamina. The other one does not.
Right.
Oh shit!
Because I neglected to mention this. I figured it would have been kind of common sense. The hood's abilities are basically they derive from his essence, right?
Which drains him.
Yeah, his essence isn't infinite. He
Yeah.
loses it.
No, Tutor.
Tutor doesn't run
Yeah,
out.
I remember
Power.
that being mentioned. Yes. I
Yeah.
think I literally wrote down in my notes because I've been writing notes since y'all can't see it. I think I literally wrote super vampire. So
Yeah.
he just can't.
Oh,
Like we said, he's strong enough to fight the other three vampires simultaneously.
And plus, didn't Moon Knight, like we said, Moon Knight punched him through the chest and it didn't bother him.
Right.
So
That's true.
And then
Tutor
he
regenerates
punched-
his own body mass, whereas the hood has a specific amount.
and then Tutor punched Moon Knight and killed him through the chest, which makes you go,
Yeah.
whoa. So I'm starting to think Tutor got this now.
Gee, Tutor arguer, you didn't think that before now? Crazy.
Because I forgot about all this stuff that happened.
That's why these two are so interesting, because there's so much stuff to say. I knew this fight would be a crazy fight.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah, no, my argument doesn't kind of work when I say the gaps in the armor when the other person has no gaps in the armor. It kind of doesn't work. So,
Imagine it's basically like UI Goku, right? Like his whole infinite teleportation.
yeah.
But he doesn't have his, ultra mega super blast or whatever.
yeah.
He basically has teleportation and like small ki blasts versus Dio.
Yeah. The world.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true.
You know what I'd say this fight is like?
What?
Dio versus King Crimson, like versus Diavolo.
Oh, well then that honestly is a completely It sounds close, but there's obviously a pretty obvious winner.
Because one of them, he does have teleportation, but it's not spammable.
Right.
Whereas the other one has super speed that is not on a time limit. And granted, he's not like fast as like people like Speed Demon or Quicksilver.
No.
Like he's maybe like subsonic, type of
Right.
speeds.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I mean, once the hood pauses, he has to wait a few seconds before he can do it again.
That's true.
He doesn't just, spam it like crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm you're kind of persuading me the other way again.
I know this fight, the more
Yeah.
you think about it, it kind of sways back and forth.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
That's why I say leave it up to the audience.
Right.
Yeah, no, I've been convinced. I've been convinced through more explanation. I'm no longer on the side of the hood. I am on the side of Tutor.
Also, like, you got to think about this. Who beats them? Tutor gets beat by Moon Knight, whereas
He gets
the
beat
hood
by
gets beat up
Beat up
by,
by-
by a teenager with a glowing fist.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you sold me. It's Tutor. I officially believe
Yeah,
it's
Tutor literally only has to fight one guy, whereas the hood has to fights 4 different guys.
And then Tutor got ganged up on unknowingly, and the hood knew about all of them, and Tutor still held his own.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yep, I've been convinced. It's Tutor
The question is
for me.
it a knockout or is it to the death?
Ooh.
Because how are they gonna die?
Okay, I feel like Tutor would.
It wouldn't be death.
It wouldn't be death. I think Tutor would definitely knock him out first because of his strength. If he can fade.
That's why I thought about this. It's really difficult.
Okay, nope, we're done. We're done. No more. I'm done. No more. No more talking about this. We're done.
I'm on the side of Tutor.
Bye, guys.
I'm on the side of Tutor. If y'all want to have arguments in the comments, that's totally reasonable. But I'm kind of on the side of Tutor.
Dalton's here. Let's ask him.
Yeah, let's let Dalton get on this. I want to hear his opinion.
Let's take a minute. Let's just take a minute.
Yeah, hit the
Hit the mute button instead.
and then I can kind of.
Or whatever.
Okay, Dalton. Welcome to the table. Me and Jack Mack are going to explain to you everything that we've discussed so far.
Okay.
Jack, would you like to start?
Okay, it's pretty much it's been a back and forth the entire damn time. It's like, oh yeah, the hood's really fast, and then I brought up how the AT-AT against the Snowspeeder in episode 5, the small faster beats the big stronger one. And he's like, oh yeah, but like, bro, Tutor can just suck up his soul and get stronger. And he's like, oh yeah, that's a good point.
And plus, Tutor
And
has
so there's no
infinite
chink in the,
stamina.
how like you can get through a gap in the armor or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
Tutor has no chink in the armor, so to speak. Kink, whatever the hell. It's just been a back and forth mess the entire time.
This has been the hardest fight we've discussed.
Yeah, this has
entire
actually been
show
kind of
so far.
difficult.
This has been harder than Wolverine versus Venom was, and that one was hard.
Oh god, yeah, that.
So what are we ranking them off of?
Who wins in a
Power.
fight?
Who wins in a fight?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know,
Super forms included.
real quick. Got beat up by a bunch of teenagers. Killed Moon Knight.
That's where my head's at.
That's true. That's very true.
But also,
Beat up the same teenagers and only lost to one because he summoned spirit power. Got killed by Moon Knight.
but then also, like he said, the hood can just kind of face
For every
attacks.
fallacy.
No, hold on.
So like Tutor.
Killed by
might not get
Khonshu Moon Knight, not base Moon Knight. Khonshu Moon Knight.
Right.
the Con Knight, as I call him.
The kite.
The kite man.
I'm sorry.
That's DC, bro.
Anyone's dying from Khonshu Moon Knight.
Found out today. My dad watched Moon Knight 3.
Only Moon Knight
That's
three?
crazy.
What did
Like, who the fuck writes those scripts? I'm like, Alex. It's like, oh, okay.
who
Why do you-
writes
why do you
those
ask?
scripts?
I don't know. Because it's dark and crazy. They called me the Dark Knight. I don't know where the fuck that came from.
Okay.
Batman.
All right. Interesting. Yeah, I watched Moon Knight 3. What? Our Gold watched. Moon Knight 3. Tell him to watch the fourth one.
Then I in the fourth one. So.
Oh.
I'm not in the fourth one.
So he won't watch it.
Doesn't matter.
I had
Anyways,
It doesn't matter, even though it's
my
fourth.
online friend that hates JoJo's watched a bunch of yours.
Yeah.
He loved Moon Knight.
All these movies that are significantly worsely made in this anime are good, even though this anime is bad.
let's see.
Even though these are literally filmed on a refrigerator.
The Hood was in Dragon Terror 2.
Yes.
Is that the one he was in?
I mean, he was in a single scene of Dragon and Tiger 3.
But he was not.
He didn't fight. He
build.
just tortured Harold Meacham. But like,
Yo.
he's just the average Joe, so who cares? They both have one film appearance, basically.
Yeah.
Like all this.
Okay.
Basically.
Because I was gonna give Dalton an introduction. Started it back.
Do you want me to mute it?
No, that's fine.
Okay. It's easier for me if I mute it if we're not going to talk about the fight yet. Is
Okay, gotcha.
that what you want to do?
Sure.
Okay. Well then,
We'll let me get my give some of my opinion.
Alright, Dalton, based on everything that we just discussed off camera and you read, please give us your thoughts.
So, Tutor is vulnerable to vampire killing weapons.
Right.
That
Right.
the hood doesn't have.
Right.
What is the hood vulnerable to?
Holy weapons and chi energy, which
That
Tutor also does not
Tutor
have.
doesn't have.
They all have the things to kill
But
each other.
tell them,
They
tell
don't have
him
things to kill
how.
each other. They just have to basically hurt each other until they give up.
Yeah.
Which actually, you put that into perspective, neither of them would, because Tutor, he's got I'm a dad, he's got that, and then the Hood's like, I'm a murderer. They both
Say,
have motivation.
Tutor does what he does for the betterment of his family. The Hood does what he does for conquest.
Yeah. So you have two unstoppable forces slamming into each other. And objects in motion stay in motion, so they're just gonna.
What's the rate of regeneration for both of them?
It's really difficult to say because
One's a vampire and the other one's.
Demon.
a
Who-
demon.
one of them gets cut and his physical body sucks it back together by like the flesh sealing it back itself. The other one is made of a physical energy that when it is dissipated, it kind of spreads and reforms. It's basically like punching a wall, but the wall reseals itself,
Mhm.
or punching Jello.
Yeah. I was gonna use that wall argument earlier, actually.
What do we consider as vampire killing weapons?
Stake through the heart, silver, sunlight, ultraviolet energy, or holy weapons.
Okay. Would ultraviolet energy be in the same category as demonic shadow energy?
Ultraviolet energy is the sun, basically.
Okay. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Ask your question.
Questions to be asked.
There are. There's a lot.
It's really a tough one. I don't know. They're both incredibly powerful beings.
That's why I knew this one would be a crazy one.
Completely different. Oh god, there's even more. I need to see the fucking feats.
Yeah, that's read those two.
Lord,
I'll pause that until you're done reading.
kind of like skim through and
You're good.
go from there. This really is a tough one because they have such similar strength levels between the two of them, for lack of a better term.
Kendall definitely disagrees with you right there.
I didn't even hear what he said. I'm listening.
Honestly, in my opinion, I think these two would fight until the fucking world blew up. There'd just be nothing.
Well, no, they wouldn't because the hood doesn't have stamina like Tutor. Tutor stamina is relentless.
It's demon. Demons don't need
His
stamina.
essence. He
Yeah.
uses his essence, and if it runs out, he's fucked. So therefore, Tutor could just kill him.
Yeah.
Boom!
Okay.
Found the way to kill him. His essence runs out, and
But
Tutor
he
kills
doesn't. He
him.
doesn't have the ways to kill him. He doesn't have the.
Alex said if Tutor rips him apart, to the point where he can't conform back together, he will not live anymore.
Yeah.
You forgot to say that.
I forgot to write it down. I should have wrote down weaknesses as well, like general weaknesses.
So would that be the same case for the hood? Be ripped in half.
Man, no, probably not.
Okay. What would be the way to kill the hood?
Way to kill the hood?
Yeah.
She said you have to spread his essence apart to the point where he can't reform.
Or I
So,
mean, what would be the way to kill Tutor?
stake through the heart,
Stays up-
blast him with the sun, shove a cross up his ass.
And guess who can't touch most of that stuff? The hood.
The hood.
The only way,
He can touch a stake. That's it.
if you want to go to the death,
Well,
that's
actually, no,
close-
he can't even touch a steak because a steak has to have holy water on it. So he can't even touch a steak.
Yeah.
He can't kill Tutor.
The only thing I could possibly think, if you want to go purely physical, is if he can shoot a bullet through Tutor's heart.
Does he have silver bullets?
Tutor
though?
can dodge bullets anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yes, that's it. So therefore, Tutor wins.
Granted, though, the hood can telepathically redirect them, so it's like
If we're basing this off of killing,
No.
I'm gonna say the hood wins.
Okay.
We're basing it off of just
why?
because there's more ways to kill Tutor than there is to kill. There are
No, there's less ways to kill Tutor than there is to kill the hood.
yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah.
You're confusing me, son.
Who are you? Okay.
Riddle.
So there are more ways to kill. There are easier ways to kill the hood than there are for the hood to kill Tutor.
Yeah.
Defeation wise, if he were to just try and defeat him, I think Tutor would be the hood. Because he has
Either way,
More
Tutor's
stamina.
winning.
he has more stamina. He has wait no. I just confused myself. You guys asked me to do this at the wrong freaking time.
Hold on, dude.
Womp womp.
You're confusing me as well.
Okay.
Tutor, infinite stamina, vampire, the hood, made of essence, demon.
We can't kill Tutor because he's had a stake. Can't touch a stake because of holy water.
Can't touch a cross.
Can't touch a cross because
Holy weapon. Can't throw him into the sun because he's not strong enough.
Tutor.
And I got it. The hood waits until the sun comes up and then just watches him die.
Lamar throws me into the sun.
The hood just dips. He teleports away and goes home.
Lamar-
Okay.
Tutor just has to. Based off of power wise,
Minecraft sword.
Yeah. I bought a Minecraft sword at a Starburst.
I honestly think that they would just fight until, well, the hood doesn't have enough stamina.
Mm-mm. There's no way.
I want to agree with Kendall on this one.
Tutor.
All right. Let's all agree on a final victor for this fight.
Tutor.
All right. Explain to the audience the full reasoning as to why, and then we will call it a day.
Okay, so basically, I'll do it since I'm
Thank you.
defending Tutor.
You'll two explain why Tutor wins, and we'll explain why the hood loses.
So the reason why Tutor wins is mainly because of his stamina. The hood's stamina is not that great because if he continues to use his essence, the more he has. Well, no, the more he uses his essence, the less stamina he has. So once his essence is completely gone, Tutor could just tear him limb from limb, and then he'd be gone.
Yeah.
That's
I would agree. And just in defeating purpose, there's no winner. Just if they were just to defeat each other, not kill each other, defeat. It'd be like be like a nuke going off between the two. They would just destroy the world, be the only things left in the world because they're just that powerful. Killing wise, I think Tutor would be able to kill the hood easier because there's easier ways to kill the hood. Tutor has more stamina. Crazy because the hood's a powerful character, but you put vampire against demon.
This demon just stayed strong enough.
Yeah.
Now, when we inevitably throw Blackheart against Tutor, then we can all
that
just be
will
like,
never happen.
we all just say Tutor dies.
Like
Call it a day.
put Mephisto against Tutor. Mephisto is
No.
literally Satan, so
Jack Mac, final thoughts, statements.
he needs a drink after that one.
They've locked me in here.
Give Get back in the closet.
No,
Strawberry.
no.
This is a strawberry.
Tutor wins. I love the Hood. I fought for him for half of this, but yeah, no, fuck that guy. He loses anyway. That's personally it. Yeah.
Well, obviously I was supposed to root for the Hood, but when you really go to the full lengths of what their abilities would be, well, the thing is, it's nice to have two judges because then one of them can create ideas that the person does. Because obviously, he's trying to create questions as to what happens. Her and I are just trying to throw out abilities and feats and whatnot.
Mine's better. No, mine's better. No, F you. Mine's better.
Yeah.
Killing Moon Knight is the greatest feat Tutor has.
I can just sit there and be like, all right, fuck y'all. This is why this is the way it is.
That is why Tutor wins. He killed Moon Knight. Point blank, period. I'm
No,
joking.
it's just he's more powerful.
Yeah.
Well, not more powerful, but he just has less ways to kill him than, or yeah.
Bro was
More
doing
ways to
fine
kill him
until
than others.
Khonshu Knight came up.
Yeah. I guess with that, thank you all for enduring the 5th episode of Matchup Monday. We hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you in the next episode, which will be a 3-way face-off between Shocker the Big Score, Wolverine Brotherhood, and Quicksilver Time Crimes, where we debate movie quality. But if you don't care about that and you just want to watch the fights, the one after this will be Orson Randall versus Red Guardian.
Help me, they're putting me back in the closet.
To the basement with you, heathen.